Hey everyone, this is rofl, formerly known as Adria. I'm going to be talking a little about add-ons in this video. Everyone should know what add-ons are or how to install them, because I'm not going to explain that. Okay, well, so anyways, I recently changed my UI because people are sending me messages saying that my UI sucked and didn't display everything that I needed to know about the raid and or target. What you see here is what I came up with after installing them all and customizing them to my preferences. Basically, it all depends on if you're either going to go PvE or PvP. As in this video, I'm going PvP, but my hunter is set up for PvE. I just couldn't find anyone that wanted to run anything. If you're going to be PvE, you're going to want something simple, and that's not crazy everywhere, just misplaced. Some of you may think in this video that my UI is all messed up and just so crazy and you can't understand anything. It's just something you have to get used to. PvP is really, I can't say too much about it because I personally don't PvP too much. But I do know if you are PvP, you're going to want a lot of bar add-ons and taking a lot of time in customizing that because you're going to want those abilities available to you at a split second. PvE, on the other hand, is a lot of times more lenient. You have a few extra seconds to get that attack that you need in. Like for hunters, if you set your traps up right, you almost always have a second trap if you mess up. I can't say too much about other classes because I only play a hunter and a druid. But if you're going to go full PvE for hunters, you're going to want quite a few add-ons. You're going to want about 3 cast bars, one for aim shot, one for steady shot, and one for auto shot. And you want to have them running simultaneously, so if you are casting aim shot, you can see when auto shot's going to be ready. And you're also going to want an add-on that will display all your cooldowns like Beast of Wrath, Intimidation, and Freezing. And there's a lot of different varieties on how you can do it. You can get bars, or you can have them attached to your attack, or you can have them just announced when they're off cooldown through an announcer, like Cast Yeller or Cast Announcer. There's an option in that add-on for you, if that's how you want to do it. If you're not going to be doing a lot of soloing and grinding, you should just replace your stock Blizzard UI, like the party UI, and replace it with grid auto frames. It's in the bottom left hand corner of my video, above the chat frame. It will display up to 40 mans, and it's really small and compact, and it shows what you need to know, and doesn't take up much room, so that leaves more room for other things. Also, you're going to want a good HUD, like Arc HUD or Meta HUD. Those are the only two that I know of that are common. I haven't seen personally any ones other than those two. And you're always going to want to have your DPS meter running, so you know how much DPS you're putting out. And if you click on the DPS meter, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's options where you can see what attacks you crit with and what how much they crit for, and your average hit for auto shot or steady shot or aim shot. And you're always going to want to make sure that your omen is running and you have your raid warning on, where it'll pop up as a raid warning as only you can see. If you're a clicker, you're going to want all your attacks that are similar in a nearby place, like all your marksman shots in a place and all your traps in another, and maybe one line or 2 lines. Like my UI is exactly set up like that, where it's all marksman shots one row and all traps the other row, and I have a polling row, and I have all my macros on one row. Everyone always says that hunters are easy, and they are if you have the right macros, because when I'm in a raid, I usually click about 4 buttons and press 1 button throughout the whole raid, unless I'm going through my bags and drinking potions or taking elixirs or that kind of stuff. Depending on what size of bow or how fast your bow or gun shoots, you're going to want to use a 1-1 macro or a 3-2. Those are the most popular for BM hunters. If you're a marksman, you're going to want to use a 3-2, and you might be able to throw an arcane shot or a serpent sting in there. But if you're BM hunter, you don't want to do that. It's a waste of mana and it's a waste of time. If you have the cast bars, you're going to want to customize them so your auto shot and steady shot are two different colors. That way you know for sure when your auto shot's supposed to be off and when to start your steady shot. If you watch the bottom of my screen, the blue is steady shot and the orange color is my auto shot. So I never miss an auto shot for every steady shot. That's the 1-1 macro. That's what I'm using. That's what I always use. If you have your HUD enabled, you're going to want it to be able to light up if there's a dispellable buff on your current target that's dispellable with arcane shot. That helps out a lot in raids when there are bosses that have stuff that's dispellable on them. And if you're BM, you're not used to casting arcane shot, so that's why you want that option there, so you never miss that dispel. There are quite a few add-ons that are in sync with your attacks, like Hunter's Mark. A lot of hunters don't use Hunter's Mark when they raid, but it does. It makes a huge difference, and there's an add-on that's called Hunter's Mark Assist. It displays the current AP buff for the Hunter's Mark on the target, and that helps out a lot. Once you realize how much AP gets stacked up on that Hunter's Mark after a while, then you'll start using it more often. You won't even have to think about it. It'll just be a second nature. A good macro for you would be used if you don't currently use it would be /pet attack /attack Hunter's Mark. That works out a lot. Also in your macro, in your 1-1 or 3-2, is throw a pet /pet attack at the end of it. That'll bring your DPS up about 100, because when you kill something, your pet will just automatically go back to passive. If you have that in there, it'll tech the next current target you're targeting. Like I said before, hunters are fairly easy. Just have your cast bars available and have your attacks available at ease if you're a clicker. Other than that, there's not much to hunters and add-ons. Just make sure you have that HUD, and I hope this helped you out a little bit. I'll be posting more videos. Be sure to subscribe and comment. Let me know what I can do or change or maybe help you out a little bit more. Thanks for watching.